agreement to purchase annual supply of public safety uniforms for use by the Lake Charles Fire and Police Departments for a 12-month period. What do we have, Ms. August, on this one?
Mr. President, we have several successful bidders, but this would involve items that we order as needed. So we have Acadian Promotional Products, category 1, 2, 3, and 4, $1,597.11, ordered as needed. Acadian Promotional Products, lowest responsive and responsible bidder, meeting specifications. Barney's Incorporated, $1,314.56, as needed. Then we had, Galls Incorporated, $1,172.40, as needed, and I recommend that we accept those bids.
All right, Mr. Morgan, you have a question?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see your face.
Yes, sir.
This is not
No,
22.
is that good?
It's just, the recommendation is just for Acadian Promotional Products.
Oh, just,
They were the lowest on categories 1 through 4.
oh, okay,
Yes, ma'am, these are just the other vendors that submitted bids.
okay. So should I read it over?
You've
think
already
we're-
read in Acadian.
Yeah, I think we're okay with
Okay.
I got it.
successful bidder, Acadian Promotional Products.
Yes.
Any questions or concerns on this? Please vote.
6-4,
All right, item 21, an ordinance accepting the lowest responsible bid and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter into an agreement for purchase of 28 sets of structural firefighting bunker gear for use by the Lake Charles Fire Department. Mr. Eckert.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had a good response to our request for bids, and the lowest and most successful bidder was North American Fire Equipment Company in the amount of $59,125. And I move to accept that bid.
Recommendation by Mr. Eckert. Any questions? Please vote.
6-4,
Item 22, an ordinance accepting the lowest responsible bid and authorizing the city of Lake Charles to enter into an agreement for purchase of annual supply materials and supplies for installation and repair of water main services and fire hydrants under a 12-month contract with the option to renew for one additional 12-month period for use by the Public Works Department Water Division. Ms. August.
Okay, Mr. President, this may be convoluted. Anyway, we had Lafayette Wind Water Works just supply in categories 2, 7, and 10 in the amount of $98,391. We had Ferguson, Louisiana Utility Supply, categories 1, 3, 4 through 6, 8, 9, 11, 12 through 22, $515,637.18. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, and I recommend that we accept those bids, and of course, it will be, those items will be ordered as needed, so
Thank you, Ms.
that's
August.
why we have the categories.
Mr. Guillen is now on, up here with us, so let's please vote on this.
7-4,
All right, we deferred 23. Item 24, an ordinance amending ordinance number 19466 to allow an additional 15% increase in change orders for project number HL-15 Borderlac Drive Marina repairs. We do have an amendment for this, Mr. Morgan.
That's correct. The amendment to section 1 of the ordinance is previously said $55,340.54. We're requesting, since this ordinance was introduced, there was an electrical line that needed to be replaced. So we're asking for an increase to $80,000, up to $80,000 on the change order.
Up to 80,000.
And that's the amount.
Okay, any questions on this?
One
Mr.
question.
Marks?
Is this the first change order?
No, sir.
How many change orders we have?
I don't know the number of change orders, but I think this takes the total change order to, I'm a little on memory because this is the old fact sheet, but I think this takes it to 41% total. I believe, I can't speak too much to the project, but I think they found a lot more stuff when they got into the ditch destruction.
Mr. Huber?
Councilman Marks, this is a 6-1. Number
And-
6.
And what was the original bid?
The original bid was 600 something, we
I
see
got
that,
it. It's, the original. bid is-
650,000 roughly.
And so we put another, them 6 add up to how much?
It ran up to right at 900,000 or so,
Extra,
total.
so another 300,000.
Let me tell you, this whole thing is a victim of repairs. It's kind of like I was telling someone, you buy an old house downtown, yeah, I'll take it, and then you pull the board off and all the boards are rotten. That's what happened with this project, time and time again. They look here, something wrong. This electrical stuff, they finally got the power turned on and they upgraded some of the electrical. And when they got that done, then the rest of it going out on the docks was bad. It's kind of chasing your tail a little bit, but to get the whole dock working, get all the little pedestals out on the dock working, this is necessary. But I do think this is the last one. We're at the end of the road, the end of the job here.
So that's just the area that we once had, that's not going to another corner.
No. This is just getting what we had before up and operating again.
Any other questions?
To confirm, Mr. Huber, this is FEMA?
Yeah, all of this is FEMA. All of it will be submitted to FEMA for reimbursement.
Oh, good.
Any other questions, Mark, Eckert?
Has the work been finished? Because the marina's back open, correct? So,
This work has not been finished.
The majority of the work has been, excuse me, the majority of the work has been finished. They have found this since that time frame. Even at the opening, there was a couple issues there, and so all this is being taken care of. It's all part of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is open, but certain pedestals and stuff that we plug aren't working, partly because of this electrical stuff. It's just one thing after another. We've opened all we can to get it operational.
So we.
Mr. Marks?
Being that we have that event going on this week, we have those areas blocked off?
Should be.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, please vote on the amendment of item 24
7 for,
and as amended. Please vote.
7 for,
Item 25, an ordinance authorizing the City of Lake Charles to enter into an agreement with the United States Department of Transportation Federal Highway Administration for Safe Streets and Roads for All grant. Mr. Mayor, you have a comment on this?
I do, Mr. President, thank you. I just want to give some kudos to Stacy Dowd and her team for putting this grant together. This is going to mean close to $500,000 for improving safe routes across the city for pedestrians. And had we not taken the initiative to apply for this, this would be money that we would not have realized. So I give a lot of credit to her, thanks to her and her team. But also HGA is the agency that worked with her to apply for the grants. As a reminder, we have contracted with them for grants consulting because there's a lot of money coming out of DC right now. We want to make sure that we get every penny of it that we can here in Lake Charles.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Ms. Stacy. Any questions or comments from the council?
Yes, sir.
Ms. August?
What would constitute a safe street and road as compared to what we have?
You know the qualifications, Ms. Ellis?
This is gonna look at areas of town that are a little more problematic for our pedestrians. A lot of our streets are more vehicle friendly. This will look into how to make them more pedestrian friendly.
So,
Wait, Ms. August, are you finished?
Well, I'm trying to get it in my mind because I'm thinking of Kirkman Street where they put so-called bicycle path. I'm thinking of Pujo where they put so-called bicycle path. That's supposed to be a safe street and roadway. I would be afraid to ride my bicycle in those little narrow spaces and then you merge into traffic. So I just can't imagine, unless you're gonna work with an extra wide street or a 4-lane street where you could make 1 lane for bicycles. I don't have a picture in my mind of what it's going to look like and how it would offer more safety if we're gonna follow the same pattern we already have.
For this grant proposal, we will be held to a little stricter standards than normal. We're gonna be held to federal standards for how we go about this process. It's also more of a planning grant at this point. It's gonna look at what we need to do in the future versus reconstruction work. We'll definitely look into any kind of issues that have happened with the bike paths and the recent ones that have been put in and how we can make those better.
No disrespect, but I still can't see it because if you're gonna apply for a grant, don't you have to have sort of an outline of what your plan is going to be? And I'm not getting any explanation of how that would, all I'm getting, this is what we'll do, but I don't have a plan in my head as to what will actually be done.
Ms. August, if I may, if you look at the explanation, this grant is really focusing on 3 areas right now. The Lakeshore
Yes.
Memorial Hospital areas,
I saw
Florida
it.
Technical, and McNeese. And it also allows to have additional funds to seek other grants to make other improvements throughout the city. So it's
I
twofold.
understand that, Mr. Cardone, I really do. And I'm familiar with these areas. I don't have a workable plan in my mind picture to understand what's going to be done. If it's gonna be done the way we've been doing it, then I would vote against it.
Ms. August, this is a planning grant, so I think that no one has.
So it's a planning,
It's a planning
it's a
grant, yes, ma'am.
planning grant,
This
okay.
will pay for us to put that image in all of our minds.
I got it,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, I understand. Thank you, Mr. President, sorry for taking up so much time.
No problem. Mr. Marks, you had a question or comment?
I just wanted to know, this would include, red lights, right? In those particular areas?
It could include red lights, it could include pedestrian areas, crossings, lighting,
Anything that
signage,
would make the street safer?
anything that's gonna make it safer for pedestrians.
Gotcha.
Any other questions? Please vote on item 25.
7 for,
All right, the following resolutions may be adopted by consent. Would any council person like to pull any specific resolution? If not, I'll read them all in. We're okay? All right, item 26, resolution indicating the intention of the city of Lake Charles, state of Louisiana, to approve the 2-year appointment of Mac Delafosse as the Director of Board of Louisiana Local Government Environmental Facilities and Community Development Authority, the Authority, as provided by Chapter 10-D of the Title 33 of the Louisiana Revised Statute of 1950 as amended. Item 27, resolution accepting project number CP 3341, Cooney Street improvements as substantially complete and authorizing the advertising of a 45-day lien period. Item 28 through 44, the hearing dates on those will be June 21st, 2023. So all of those will have the hearing date of June 21st, 2023. Item 28, resolution setting a date for public hearing on combination of a structure located at 919 and 933 North Shattuck Street, Crosswalk Realty Investments LLC owner. Item 29, a resolution setting a date for public hearing on combination of a structure located at 2216 Poplar Street, Warren, NMN Bradley Estate, and Charlotte, NMN Bradley owners. Item 30, resolution setting the date for public hearing on combination of structure located at 2507 Woodard Street, Lewis Morris Charles Estate owner. Item 31, resolution setting the date for public hearing on combination of structure located at 1900 C Street, Carl R. Washington, Vicky Renee Matthews, Linda Francis Matthews, Paulette Matthews, James C. Talbert, Tracy Michelle Talbert, and Jermond Talbert owners. Item 32, resolution setting the date for public hearing on combination of structure located at 1903 North Prater Street, George Booker Jr. Estate, and Zerlene Booker owners. Item 33, resolution setting the date for public hearing on combination of structure located at 503 Jackson Street, Wesley John Montgomery, Tyrella Montgomery Harmon, Diana Montgomery Nolden, Diana Montgomery Hudson, and Wesley John Montgomery Jr.'s owner. Item 34, resolution setting the date for public hearing in combination of a structure located at 2113 Fifth Street, Nelson Bernard and Connie Bernard owners. Item 35, resolution setting the date for public hearing in combination of structure located at 2105 Fifth Street, Double B&N Investors LLC owner. Item 36, resolution setting date for public hearing on combination of structure located at 2004 Second Street, Charlie Investors LLC owner. Item 37, resolution setting the date for public hearing on combination of structure located at 1612 Brick Street, Diana Alfreda Valentine Wheeler owner. Item 38, resolution setting the date for public hearing and combination of the structure located at 1306 Summit Street, Deborah Collins, owner. Item 39, resolution setting the date for public hearing and combination of structure located at 2225 Coletta Street, Tammy Staton, Elwood Staton, Michael Staton, Testamentary, and Leroy Staton, 2 owners. Item 40, resolution setting the date for public hearing, combination structure located at 356 Boston Street, Frank Y. Price, Dolores R. Price, owners. 41, resolution setting the date for public hearing, combination structure located at 2400 6th Street, Patricia Ann Taylor, owner. Item 42, resolution setting the date for public hearing, combination structure located at 2708 Abel Circle, Sandra J. Stevens, Wilbert D. Stevens Estate, and Reginald J. Stevens, subject to a tax sale of the state of Louisiana, owners. Item 43, resolution setting the date for public hearing, combination structure located at 1802 Ingleside, Michael Casey Ogier, and Cynthia Lee Butts Ogier, owner. Item 44, resolution setting the date for public hearing, combination structure located at 2704 First Avenue, Shirley R. Williams, Revocable Living Trust, owner. And item 45, resolution authorizing the Community Development Department to issue a request for qualifications for interested licensed lead-based paint testing services for its CDBG and home housing rehabilitation program. Mr. Weatherford, would you take that one, please? Item 46, resolution authorizing the Community Development Department to reestablish its entitlement CDBG and home housing rehabilitation program with a maximum subsidy amount of $50,000. Any questions on all these resolutions? Please vote.
Mr. Gandy? 7 for.
All right, and the mayor asked for a point of personal privilege. Mr. Mayor?
Oh, thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to mention, we had a kind of a team building exercise earlier today with some of the department heads and division heads. It was very nice event, and I'd like to give a shout out to a couple individuals that were on my team for the portion, Stacy Dowden and Doug Bergers. I think Doug's already left. Just wanted the record to reflect that we did win the competition. We had to have a name for our team.
Apparently you won, Mr. Bergers. You won something.
I don't know what we won. This morning, we chose the name of our team as the winners, and that was before we won. So I just think that we said it and we made it reality by speaking out there. And I just wanted the record to reflect that that was the case and that we did beat other people in this room.
I may have a point of preference. I was on a different team, and there was a lot of cheating going on.
I hope this tape is buried in some time capsule. Dig it up in 100 years to hear that. The following ordinances are for introduction by consent will be read into the record the day following this meeting at 10 a.m. in the City Council chambers in the City Hall. Meeting adjourned.